Okay, so I want to keep this video short and sweet because the C70 has, if you do the math, been out for like 5 years now, and in the world of cameras and technology, that is pretty darn old, right? So there's already a lot of information out there, there's a lot of reviews out there, there's a lot of details out there about this camera already. So there's no reason for me to like get into details about this, but primarily I just want to make a very short and sweet video talking about why I picked up this camera in 2025. To cut to the chase, the short and sweet of it is that this is just a very budget-friendly, affordable camera, cinema camera nowadays, given the fact that a lot of people are upgrading to the C80 or the C400 or maybe another system. NAB just happened, so like there's a lot of cool things, a lot of cool cameras. Pix's 12K is really interesting. So there's a lot of people that are looking to upgrade or potentially even upgrade it to other cameras. So then this camera sort of started appearing a lot more in the used market for a relatively inexpensive price, and so it's a very good deal, a very good value for money. Now this channel isn't very big, but if you've watched my channel before, you would have probably seen that I've complained a lot about this camera before in the past, the C70 and also the C80. The fact how basically it mimics the sort of mirrorless camera style of shooting like this, and it just doesn't really work super well for a cinema camera with this R6 Mark II. This screen being on the back here makes a lot of sense because I hold it like this, right? But with the cinema camera, it's more heavier, and also you probably will rig it out a little bit more with microphones and monitors. And the way I like to shoot is I like to tuck it close to my chest to kind of support some of that weight. And so with the screen being back here, I constantly have to look down at it and do this, and it really breaks my neck. And so I really didn't like that. Same with the C100 Mark II that I originally used way back when. I didn't like that about it. So the C70, I was skeptical about it. A camera that I used and loved for a very long time is this guy right here. This is the Canon C200, and this is a fantastic camera, but it is a camera that came out all the way back in 2017. That is 8 years ago. This guy is ancient now, and overall I really like this camera. I upgraded from the C100 Mark II mainly because of the ergonomics. This is very comfortable to use. I can tuck it close to my body. I love how the monitor is up here instead of being all the way back here, and it makes for a very much more comfortable shooting experience, and it balances very well as well. Even though it's heavy, it's balanced well, and so I love shooting with this. But this is one of those Canon cameras that came out in that awkward phase back in 2017. Even though this camera is 8 years old and the C70 is 5 years old, that 3 years difference, you can see that there's a lot of improvements during that 3-year gap. The thing is, during this time when Canon released the C200, Canon really had this mindset where they really wanted to handicap and cripple a lot of their new cameras to protect the more expensive cameras in their line, so it doesn't interfere with those sales over there. So this is what happened with the C200, but ever since then, Canon really opened up their mindset and was like, you know what, we'll just give consumers and our customers whatever they want. And so even with this 3 years gap between the C70 that I'm shooting on right now and the C200, you can see massive improvements unlocked with this camera. So for the past couple of years, I've really just been shooting with my R6 Mark II. That C200's been almost just sitting there collecting dust, and mainly because I don't really shoot raw, even though it's really nice. The image looks really good. I've only shot it a couple times, but the file sizes are just massive, right? And so if we compare the 8-bit on there with the 8-bit or 10-bit here, this R6 Mark II just shoots better video compared to the C200. So I really can't justify hanging on to that massive honking heavy thing when this little guy shoots better quality video. But I still like the idea of a cinema camera given the fact that it has XLR ports and built-in NDs, and I like that workflow, and so I figured why not pick up another cinema camera that's in the more budget-friendly range, and the C70 just happens to be that camera. So yeah, here's the Canon C70. Right now I'm shooting with the C200 once again. Probably the last few clips I'm going to be taking with this camera before it gets wrapped up and ready to be sold. But yeah, C70 right now I have a few pieces in here, just temporarily set up just to see how well it balances, how well it handles the weight, and how it feels and whatnot. So this is all just temporary for now. But even just with this, like even though I have a V-mount battery back here, it's a little awkward getting into this screen back here. I can't get this out. Even if I use an external monitor, I still need to get in here to get into the audio controls back here, right? So I need to somehow like get this V-mount, slide it back, and then like open this up, get my fingers in here and adjust whatever I need to adjust. So it is a little awkward, a little cumbersome to use with a V-mount battery especially. But yeah, I mean, let me know if you guys have any suggestions, any ideas. I'm more than open to hearing some of your opinions. But yeah, I mean, excited to see where this goes and see how well this shoots. So far the images look great on this, so excited to use this more in future projects and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching up until this point, thank you. I wouldn't expect a video about a 5-year-old camera to be interesting to anybody, so I'm expecting this to have 0 views. So if you guys are still watching, thank you so much. Feel free to hit subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.